Hello, this is Tim, and it is Sunday, August 7th, 2022. And this week's blog post is about parenting, the part 5 of 5. And it is the grit developmental phase for ages 21 to 28. And the great news is, parents, you are done for the most part. And there's a few little things. This is for your young adult, ages from 21 to 28. They are out of the nest. They are doing it themselves. That's the thing, is they have the grit. They are off doing their own things. They are doing what they do. And so there's quite a bit of this week's blog post is directed directly towards them, and therefore, if you understand what they're going through, what their experience and developmental task is, then you can sort of, where they're heading, and where you can guide this. And hopefully you're jumping ahead a bit. And so even though you may have teenagers now, take a look at this and understand, because this is where you want them to end up at the end of 19, 20 years old. This is where you want them to be. And that's basically, they are now emancipated. They are now out of the nest. They're on their own. This is a period of separation. They have ventured beyond the nest, beyond the family, and doing their thing. And excuse me, they may be separated, but they are still connected. They're going to come back and ask you about car insurance, life insurance, health insurance, how to do their taxes, how to invest, how to start setting away money to buy a house, and all kinds of things. They're also venturing into, relationships, significant others. And so I have a few tips about that in this week's blog. So on the flip side of this, they're out of your nest. You also, as a parent, have a new opportunity to perhaps go back and go, gosh, now I have some time, energy, space, that I'm no longer, worried and chasing kids around and the day-to-day driving them back and forth and all this stuff. They're out of there. Or perhaps they're still living at home, but they're in your basement or in your garage. They come and go as you please. So what that does is give you a opportunity, the space, the time, the energy to pick up some of your dreams that you haven't thought about and go, I want to learn how to play a musical instrument. I want to, learn how to speak French or Spanish or something. I want to go and travel. I want to go do some other things, My kid can be at home and take care of the dog, the cat, and things like that. So, and the other interesting thing, at least for myself and my wife, it's a big adjustment now, getting used to your mate again. For many years, it's been chasing kids around. It's been hectic. You don't know whether you're coming and going, who's doing what. And now, like this evening, I just finished dinner with my wife. We had a really nice dinner. We sat out in the backyard. It was a wonderful evening. And we just sat there and talked, for 45 minutes or so, just the two of us, chatting back and forth, wondering about what plans we had for the week and appointments and stuff like that. And so that's an adjustment, now it's perhaps just the two of you, or perhaps it's just yourself, and you can pick up and go, now what do I want to do? So realize that even though you may have an empty nest, you now have some time in your nest to figure out some other things that you would like to do. And that can be quite a wonderful opening that go, oh my gosh, I have time and energy to do other things. You know, the even though your kid is physically separated, you are still connected. They still want some bits of advice, and there's still, I think, a nice format. Basically, you're doing empathetic listening, an empathetic ear, and go, hey, honey, what's up? And listening and trying to figure out. And then, just giving them some information to consider, just like I'm doing here. Hey, have you thought about this? Or what about that? And, in the next phase, which I'm not getting into, but I'll just let you know, when your kid, ideally in their 30s or so, start having kids, they're going to come back and go, oh my gosh, I had no idea I was such a mess. I don't know how you did it. You had 3 kids, and now here, I just have 1 kid and I'm exhausted all the time. And so in that next phase from 28 to 35, if they have start their own family, they're going to have a deeper appreciation for your efforts, what you have done for them, because they are looking at the same thing you did, perhaps, and probably just as terrified as you were, going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And the nice thing with that is you can rest assured you've given them a great experience of how they were raised as a child, and you can rest assured that they will continue to do that. So you have a great opportunity. Perhaps you didn't have a great childhood or something like that. Perhaps some things were good, other things were terrible. You have a choice now to say, look, I'm doing something different. I'm setting a new precedent. I'm setting a new direction. I'm setting a new experience for my child, for my grandchildren, for my great-grandchildren, and perhaps your great-great-grandchildren. So I think the parenting series for me has been one of those heartfelt projects and passionate endeavors that I've had a lot of fun. This has become a much more bigger project than I ever thought, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you do too. If you have any comments, questions, or anything, post them up, email me. I would love any reviews or critiques, feedback. And lastly, if you're so inclined, please share it, pass it along, and this is for you and for your friends, family, and that's it. So I will be starting something new. I have a couple ideas for next week, but thank you for watching, and thanks for hanging in there with me in this 5-part series. Thanks. Bye.